What significance does panentheism have to offer other life forms in the universe, providing we discover they actually exist? If we argue that we are part of the causative force, or God, because the causative force is omnipresent, all-present, then we have no choice but to argue the same for other life forms in the universe. We have always related our significance in existence, both as individuals and as a species, to faith, logic, or direct observations. Most of the world now looks at its significance in existence as being attached to the causative force and to her characteristics of eternal existence. We now, for the most part, accept a limited form of eternal causative force, one that is all-present, omnipresent, what religions call God, generally speaking. We hold this concept with the exception that he, she, it does not include the universe because evil, quote-unquote, exists there. As such, we have significantly elevated the worth of the individual and the worth of our own species in terms of our right to exist on this earth and to exist along with other life forms in the universe. Panentheism would expand upon the size of God, the causative force, once again, just as classical traditional theisms expanded upon the size of the causative force over that held by atheism, which is no size or utterly non-existing. The result would interpret into an even greater understanding of the value of the individual as well as our species. This jump would make a leap we as a species had never made before. This jump would actually leap the boundaries of different planetary life forms and create an indisputable argument for the significance of all life forms, earthling, alien, or otherwise. Making the leap of finally having a philosophy that incorporates other life forms throughout the universe provides a rationale for protecting these life forms from ourselves. On the other hand, it also provides a rationale for protecting us from other life forms, i.e., alien, hostile agents. In essence, it builds a Magna Carta for all life forms in the universe, perceptually. In fact, it goes even further. If we should find other life in the universes which exist, it would build a Magna Carta for all life forms in all universes. It could build a Magna Carta for the universes themselves, and with an elevation in our understanding of the size of the causative force, God would come to an elevation in behavior patterns of all life forms towards each other. Panentheism is not a small idea. It is an idea that expands the size of the causative force to such a grand size it actually includes all universes and all life forms that exist within them. What does panentheism imply about our significance in eternity? Panentheism implies that we are a fundamental part of the causative force. Indeed, organic relationships characterize the cosmologies of panentheists. What does the word organic mean here? Organic means being an integral part, a fundamental part of a whole. No longer can you view yourself as existing in a void, isolated from the causative force. Complete separation from God. Now you have no choice but to see yourself as being located within God. Your actions, being within God, leaves you with no choice but to acknowledge the concept that your actions within the causative force affect the causative force. You are significant enough to actually have an effect upon the very mental state of the causative force, or what you would call the mind of God. You have a responsibility. You may not be aware now of the effects of your actions have upon the eternal emotional state of the causative force. However, if, as most religions believe, if as much as philosophy rationalizes, and as the scientific beginning-end concepts have shown, you are a part of something greater than the universe, then it is very possible that you will be aware of the repercussions of your actions after this short lifetime. If you have a soul, if you are a soul, if you have an essence capable of surviving beyond this physical reality, as most religions posit, you may know, you may be so aware that your awareness will interpret into empathy itself. Under the idea of Panentheism, you affect your own eternity. You are responsible. Under Panentheism, your actions affect yourself in the eternity to follow. Your actions, through impacting the causative force, or God, affect the causative force which affects the rest of us, who have no place to go after life but into the arms of the causative force herself. Your responsibility lies in three areas. 1. The impact you have upon your own eternal state of existence. 2. The impact you have upon the causative force. 3. The impact you have upon the rest of us, who must go back to the causative force. Take your responsibility seriously. There is a lot riding upon you.